I found the post at around 2:40 in the morning. I remember the time clearly because I was trying to stay awake, scrolling through forums I shouldn't have been on. Insomnia had become normal for me back then, and curiosity always hit harder at night. The thread title was simple. I watched a red room. This is what really happens. Most people think red rooms are fake. Just urban legends from the dark web meant to scare newbies. I used to think that too. The person who wrote the post said they weren't trying to scare anyone. They said they were writing because they couldn't sleep anymore. Because every time they closed their eyes, they heard the sound again. A soft beeping noise. According to them, it started when they were invited into a private chat on an encrypted site. No username, no profile picture. Just a message. You've been selected to watch. They assumed it was a scam. But curiosity won. They clicked the link. The video didn't load right away. Instead, there was a black screen with a countdown timer. 10 minutes. No sound. Just numbers ticking down. In the chat window beside the video, there were dozens of anonymous users. No one talked. They just waited. When the timer hit 0, the video feed turned on. It showed a small concrete room. No windows. One flickering light hanging from the ceiling. In the middle of the room was a chair. And strapped to it was a man. He was alive. Breathing fast. Eyes wide with fear. His mouth was taped shut. The poster said they felt sick immediately. Their hands were shaking, but they couldn't look away. None of the viewers typed anything. It was like everyone knew the rules. Then another sound started. The same beeping noise. Each beep echoed slightly, like it was bouncing off the walls of the room. After every beep, something happened to the man. Small at first. A cut. A bruise. Pain delivered by someone just off camera. The poster said the worst part wasn't what was done to the man. It was the chat. Every time the beeping stopped, a poll appeared. Simple questions. Yes or no. Faster or slower. Left or right. The viewers were voting. The man screamed, even with tape over his mouth. His body shook violently as the choices played out in real time. About halfway through, the poster tried to close the page. Their screen froze. A message appeared over the video. Leaving early is discouraged. The beeping sped up. The poster said they finally yanked their internet cable out of the wall. The screen went black. They sat there in silence, heart racing, listening to their own breathing. The next morning, they found a new message in their inbox. No text. Just a short video file. It showed the same concrete room. Empty now. The chair was gone. And written on the wall, in something dark and wet, were 2 words. Thanks for voting. The poster said they never went back to the dark web again. But every night, just before they fall asleep, they still hear the beeping. This story came from a comment buried deep in a dark web discussion about illegal marketplaces. Most people were talking about scams, fake vendors, and stolen crypto. One comment stood out. If a listing has no reviews, don't ask questions. The user explained they learned this lesson the hard way. They said they were browsing a marketplace that didn't sell drugs or weapons. It sold services. Most were vague. Things like problem solving or deep cleaning. Then they saw one listing that had no description at all. Just the title. We make people disappear. No reviews. No price listed. Just a contact button. They messaged the seller as a joke at first. Asked what disappear meant. The reply came instantly. You already know. The user claimed they felt a chill reading that. Still, they played along. Asked how much it cost. The seller replied with an address. Their address. The user thought it was a threat. Some kind of scare tactic. They closed the site and tried to forget about it. 2 days later, someone knocked on their door. A man stood outside wearing plain clothes. No mask. No weapon. He smiled politely and asked if the user was home alone. The user slammed the door and locked it. A few seconds later, their phone buzzed. A message from the marketplace seller. Rude. But expected. The seller explained they weren't there to hurt them. Not yet. They said the user had accidentally accessed a restricted category of the marketplace. One meant only for people who were already approved. By messaging the listing, the user had flagged themselves. The seller gave them a choice. Pay a large amount of money, or become a listing themselves. The user didn't believe them. Until the seller sent photos. Photos taken from inside their house. Their bedroom. Their kitchen. Their sleeping face from the night before. The user paid. They transferred everything they had. The seller responded with one final message. Good choice. Your listing has been removed. Weeks passed. Nothing happened. Then the user checked the marketplace again. The listing was gone. In its place was a new one. No description. No reviews. Just the title. Their full name. This last story was shared by someone claiming to be a former moderator on a dark web streaming site. The site hosted live content that was illegal in most countries, but rarely shut down. According to them, most streams were fake. Loops pre-recorded videos. Shock content meant to look real. But one stream was different. It was called 24/7 Real Life. No chat. No description. Just a constant live feed. The stream showed a small bedroom. Plain walls. A mattress on the floor. A door in the corner. At first, nothing happened. Hours would go by with no movement. Just the sound of breathing. Sometimes the person on the mattress would sit up suddenly, gasping for air, like they had just woken from a nightmare. The moderator said viewers slowly realized something was wrong. There were no cuts. No glitches. No loops. It was truly live. Days passed. The person never left the room. Never ate. Never drank. They just stared at the door. Viewers began to notice scratches on the walls. Bloody fingernails. Bite marks on the person's arms. Then one day, the door handle moved. The person on the mattress started screaming. Begging. Crying. Saying things like, I did what you asked. And, please don't reset it. The door never opened. After that, the stream changed. The room looked cleaner. The person was gone. A new person lay on the mattress. The moderator said that's when they tried to shut it down. But every time they removed the stream, it came back under a new address. Always titled the same. 24/7 Real Life. The last thing the moderator wrote before deleting their account was this. They recognized the room. It was identical to a room in a building scheduled for demolition in their city. A building that had no records of tenants. And no record of anyone ever leaving. Which story scared you the most? Comment below and subscribe for more true horror stories.